Hello, I'm Maura Carley, founder and president of Healthcare Navigation, and today I'm back, in my opinion, all too soon to talk about drugs and the pharmaceutical industry and regulation. I guess we'll add that to the list. And we just did a little exercise not that long ago, but we're in a fairly, insane era, and we should all care about it because we may be prescribed, or someone we care about may be prescribed one of these very, very expensive drugs one day. And as taxpayers, our government is doing more and more to improve the plight of certain people while adding to the burden of the taxpayer. It's never a simple situation, but going back in time, and of course I've been around a long time, but the field wasn't always so difficult. Most people had what was called a three-tier, drug plan, meaning generics required one co-payment and brand another, and preferred brand another. And now we see plans with as many as 6 tiers and much more co-insurance, which is appropriate for the more expensive drugs. But just ripped from the headlines, first of all, we have insulin, and we see that Medicare has made changes so that people on Medicare Part D don't pay more than $35 a month for their insulin. And what quickly follows is an announcement by Eli Lilly that they're cutting their list price for insulin products, or some products, by 70%, followed quickly by Sanofi cutting theirs by 78%. And then when you poke around a little bit, you realize, these drug companies were able to raise their prices very, very, very substantially over the last decade or so, which enables them to, provide these ridiculous levels of discount in terms of percentages. I'd be sort of embarrassed, although when you read the paper, it's, applause everywhere. Similarly, AbbVie, previously Abbott, made the headlines for being able to legally, but maybe questionably prolong their exclusivity for Humira for an additional 7 years beyond 2016. They've just lost it. But, you can go to GoodRx and see that and I don't know much about Humira. It's for rheumatoid arthritis primarily, but according to GoodRx, the best price is something like $6,600, and the average retail price is $9,000 some, which coincides with the information in the article, which says that since 2016, the list price has gone up about 60% to over $80,000 a year. And it's hard, even for the person who's like yours truly, who's worked in this field my entire adult life, to understand how we're well served by this craziness, either the industry or the consumer. And then government. What are we reading about? That everybody's calling the CEO of Moderna to task for proposing a price, or setting a price, I should say, of $130. So I don't have any conclusions here except to say we've all got to care. We've all got to care. You read about even commercials. You read about the fact that only the United States and New Zealand allow direct-to-consumer ads for prescription drugs. And no offense to New Zealand, but the U.S. and New Zealand, that seems quite the odd couple. And that means many, 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 many countries have decided this isn't a good idea. So it's just a plea to my fellow Americans. We have to come up with a better approach. Everyone agrees, there should be common ground. Companies need to have enough money to do meaningful R&D, to develop new fantastic drugs, but there just shouldn't be these enormous swings in list prices. And also, let me just add the fact that Americans pay more than anybody for drugs. Well, we'll save that for another day. This video is long enough. Thank you for listening. Take good care, and have a good one. Bye-bye.